We've got the mirror framed with all the glass hanging on the wall here. Got some fingerprints on it. We'll get those off. But here it is in the studio. Good morning, friends. We're back in the studio. This time I'm playing in the kiln. I just made this piece here yesterday, and it's going to be all fused here and it will look very nice. And then I just made this piece a couple of days ago here, and it's going to hang on the wall. And then I decided to make a fine art mirror. So I have this piece of glass here, which is nice and thick and heavy plate glass, and I made a line in the kiln where I can now put all the edge pieces like this around to make the frame for the mirror. And now I'm going to go in and cut some glass and come back and do that. Be back soon. Okay, ready to fire everything. Here we go. I got some stuff in here from students, and I like these. These look really nice. Look how pretty that is. It's going to be a pendant that someone's making. And then this is the one here. This is going to be my picture frame for a mirror. Look how good that looks. This is an experiment, of course. I don't know how this is going to come out. And then, of course, I've got these two here. And we'll see you, which will be a minute for you and 28 hours for me. We're going to turn the kiln on, close the door, and be back soon. Okay, here it is, all finished. This is the frame for the mirror. Let's get some details in there. Look how nice this looks. Yes, so now I'll take it out of the kiln here and bring it to the sink and wash it and put it on top of the mirror, and then I'll show you what that looks like. And then we'll have to build the back up so that we can mount it on the wall. here is the edge glass that I just did in the kiln. It comes out beautiful, and I epoxied it to the mirror. And this is going to be good, and this is, I'll call it a selfie with rainbows. Anyway, this is going to be really nice. And remember, I always say, you always do tests. Well, to make sure that everything was okay, I wanted to make sure that the epoxy didn't harm the back of the mirror. So I took the scrap piece of the mirror, I put the JPL clear on the back, and it held beautifully. And I've been telling you that I use Hextol whenever I use glass to glass, and I've been using JB Weld Clear whenever I used glass to something else. But then I failed. I ran out of JB Weld. So I had this DevCon, which to me looks pretty much the same. It's in the same bottles, and it says 5-minute epoxy, everything's the same. So I said, well, I'll just use it. So I put the DevCon, I mixed it all up with my popsicle stick on my piece of wood. See right here, here's the results. And I put it on here, and I glued the back. And as you see, I made a hanger exactly like my little hangers that I make for my smaller pieces. And I epoxied that on, I put some weight on it. I waited 24 hours and it came out here and it just didn't even stick. It stuck perfectly to the glass, peeled right off with the stainless steel. So now I'm going to redo this using the JB Weld, and I'm sure that in 24 hours I will show it to you and it will be perfect again. So this is why I recommend this product. We'll find out in 24 hours, and I'll be right back. All right, and we've got the mirror framed with all the glass hanging on the wall here. Got some fingerprints on it. We'll get those off. But here it is in the studio. This is what it looks like all finished. Very good, and thank you for watching.